All right. Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to welcome you to our show, Caring for Your Pet. And this is where you can learn more about how to simply, easily, and compassionately keep your pet healthy and happy. My name is Berns Galang or Berns Berry, your host for the show. And if you love cats and if you're a cat parent or you want to be a cat parent, then this is for you because today we're going to be talking about cats and how to better understand and care for them. And with us today is our guest, Dr. Lynn Bahr, also known as the Cat Doc. She's a feline-only veterinarian and she graduated from the University of Georgia's College of Veterinary Medicine. She's also the founder and CEO of Dezi Roo, just for cats. And they create cat toys that can improve the lives of cats and their owners as well. So, hi, Dr. Lynn. Hmm.
Hi.
Hi, glad to have you here in our show. I'm so thrilled to have you with us today. Would you like to tell us more about yourself?
Well, you pretty much covered it all. I am a feline-only veterinarian. I was in practice for 30 years. I've been retired now for about 4. It was a little gray and white kitty with a cute little pink nose that I named Rudolph that opened up the world of cats to me. I unlike most veterinarians, most that you talk to have known their entire life that they wanted to be a vet. And I was not one of those. It wasn't until Rudolph entered my life that he spoke to me in only a way that animals can and changed the trajectory of my life. Um, I know most everybody can probably say that they've had an animal in their life that changed it in one way or another. And he profoundly changed my life. So I went to vet school back in the day when there were not feline-only veterinarians. There were just a handful in the country. But I went determined to just work on cats. Rudolph sort of taught me how cats speak and how they feel and what their life is. And I knew way back when that they needed medicine and behavior and all of that directed at them without dogs and other animals. And so that started my career. Through the years of practicing, I saw a change in the lifestyle of cats where Rudolph used to go in and out. Now cats are kept solely within 4 walls and in homes. They're exclusively indoors. And that really changed a lot of their needs, and it certainly changed the medicine that the types of diseases and things that they suffer from being indoors as opposed to outdoors. I now have my 2 very first indoor-only cats. That's Dezi and Roo, and they were the inspiration for my company. So now I design and manufacture toys that help cats that are living indoors.
Wonderful. That's an amazing story, and I've been hearing a lot of stories as well that animals and their pets could actually change people's lives in a very special way. And there's really so much to be thankful for, to be grateful for them.
Correct.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're a real visionary because I haven't heard much about the feline veterinarians, feline only veterinarians, and especially here in our country, because I think we only have one clinic that's only specializing in cats.
Wow.
Yeah, most of them are mixed with dog and cats, and I don't see a lot of veterinarians who are really willing to handle cats, and I think it's a need nowadays. And which brings me to the question: how much value do you see in being a veterinarian, especially specializing only in cats?
Oh, from the animal standpoint, I think it's extremely important. You know, when you're trying to keep up with the latest, greatest medicine, new studies, new medications, and all of that, the more species that you have to be versed in, it's hard to keep up with. But when you focus on one species, like felines, then I have the time, I have the ability and the bandwidth to really concentrate on knowing everything that anybody could possibly know and keeping up to date on everything and just being current. It makes a huge difference. Rather, you know, when I get my journals, my veterinary journals, I can pretty much skip over most everything and concentrate solely on what I need to know.
All right, that makes so much sense, and thanks so much for breaking that down. And do you think that this is something that, I mean, your profession now, is this something that you consider that's coming from a calling or from your higher self?
Say that again.
Is being a feline-only veterinarian something that you think or you consider that's coming from your higher self or a calling?
So, you know, absolutely, it's beyond me. It was, again, the cats in my life that guided me where I needed to go. I did not know I wanted to be a vet, so it was solely because of this one kitty that it was a calling, yes, but through him. And I've just been guided and directed by these creatures. Yeah, it wasn't me. It had nothing to do with what I wanted. It was solely listening and hearing and just being open to that guide.
Fascinating. I love the story that you have, because that's an incredible shift from being to becoming a different or having a different career, and it's really very special because it's coming from a really pure being, and it's not just Rudolph with the pink nose, and yeah, it's really a beautiful story. And right now, I mean, nowadays, what have been the challenges that you have faced in practice?
Well, working with cats is a challenge.
Okay.
Just in knowing how to handle them and how to speak to them and how to care for them. That is an art. And so it's been a challenge, and it's always a challenge, and you're always learning and figuring things out. The fact that I work with creatures that can't speak, they can't let you know, they're very limited in their communication skills. Particularly the fact that cats don't show pain and illness, they hide it. So that makes it extremely challenging, as well as, you know, owners that may not be as observant of their cat's behavior and their cat's health. Certainly we get in a lot of animals that have been sick for a while without anybody realizing it. So that makes treatment a little bit more difficult. But those are the wonderful challenges of figuring out and being really good in what you do and helping these creatures that cannot talk.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that because I had a cat before. I adopted a senior cat, but I never knew that he had a kidney disease. And the symptoms only manifested like after 3 years of having cared for him, when he was already old that time. And when I got him to the vet actually said that her opinion was he's been having that for quite some time now, even before I got him, because when the symptoms manifested, he was like in a stage 4 already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she said my cat that time lived a stress-free life, and yeah, and she said he was really being strong for me during that time. And yeah, I never saw any signs that he was sick. And then after that, I really thought that he was really doing that. He was really being very considerate and very strong for me because he just was like being in the present moment all the time, being happy all the time. And yeah, he really taught me how to be strong.
Oh, that's so sweet. He was
Very,
lucky to have you.
yeah, I miss him so much. And it's really so much to be thankful for him being in my life and having witnessed, I mean, even with that short span of time and having a senior cat is one of the best experiences I've had. And yeah, you're right. Cats really don't show that much or communicate that much. They're really that really have to be sensitive to them and what they feel and what they think.
Mhm.
And yeah, and how do you feel about being a cat only veterinarian and seeing that you've been helping a lot of cats and cat owners who are struggling with a lot of problems and issues that they can't handle
Oh,
them?
it's my greatest joy. I can't imagine a life otherwise, and I feel extremely grateful and blessed to have been able to have had this career. It's been magnificent. As a feline-only veterinarian, we tend to attract really conscientious and responsible pet owners. You know, they're seeking that specialty and the best for their cats, and so that has been you know, that's made practicing a whole lot nicer and better and easier. We also, having a feline only practice, can design it for the cats. You know, we don't have barking dogs in there and all of our equipment and things like that. We can really cater to the needs of cats. And that makes it a whole lot more enjoyable and you know, easier to work with, and the cats are certainly happier.
Wow, yeah, that's so inspiring. I guess that's the best thing ever to live our life like what with what we're born to do, and we discover that along the way.
Absolutely. In fact, interestingly enough, I went to college straight out of high school and quit after a year. Left college, went home, bartended, worked in the food service industry, and you know, Rudolph came into my life. I was, you know, he changed it. I went on to my career, but I always encourage people, it doesn't matter when in your life you decide to follow your passion and to do something different. It's, you know, you're capable of doing it. You can do it, and nothing is set in stone. And it is really exciting to be able to do that.
Wonderful. I guess if it's really in you, it's really gonna come out, no
Correct.
matter how long or how much it takes. And if there are circumstances or people that have stopped you before, it's really gonna um, come, and you're really gonna get there.
Mhm.
Yeah. And yeah, can you share with us how did you become an entrepreneur and how did Desi and Roo start?
So, yeah, as I explained before, you know, we now house cats in four walls, and it is extremely unnatural. It is not um, totally conducive to cats to live within four walls. You know, we have seen through the pandemic when we were on lockdown how, you know, you go stir crazy. We need to be outside a little bit, and it's it's created a lot of medical issues that we didn't see before. A lot of the itises like cystitis and stomatitis and inflammatory bowel disease, these are all inflammatory diseases, have really exploded um, because the underlying cause is stress, and keeping cats in four walls is extremely stressful for them. So while I was watching this evolution sort of change and seeing the lifestyle change, I realized that I became much more focused on the home environment and the actual, you know, entire life of the cat, as opposed to just honing in on the disease or the condition that I was treating. So I started to spend a lot more time talking to owners about environmental enrichment, about ways to make life inside better. And as I searched for products and for tools for these owners to use to make life better, it's been limited. The pet product industry is always kind of cats are second class, and they don't play with toys, dogs do, and so there really have not been a lot of products out there that I absolutely loved for cats. And that led me to start making my own and manufacturing my own and getting my own out there, because I know cats love our products. They love to play with them. I think like a cat. I mean, I think, I might have been one in a past lifetime. So when it comes to designing for them, I kind of know exactly the things that they like. And it led me into Dezi and Roo, which I named after my two indoor cats, Dezi and Roo.
Wonderful. And I love what you said. Think like a cat. And
Mhm.
from that perspective, how can you give cats a happy and healthy lifestyle? What are your top recommendations?
Well, my top ones are really easy and simple for indoor only kitties, and that is fresh air, sunshine, and grass. I believe, and our motto is to bring the outdoors in. And so if you're going to keep cats in four walls, you really should start thinking about the things that they would do outdoors and trying to recreate that indoors. But the simple, easy, like no-brainers are fresh air. Cats need to breathe fresh air. They need smells that are other than what's enclosed in their four walls. So just opening up the windows every day. If it's safe and you have screens on them, but allowing them the ability to breathe fresh air, I think is really important. So opening windows, if you have a catio, if you can safely take your cat outside. But I think that's extremely important, very basic, and easy to accomplish. The next thing is just sunshine. Cats love sun puddles. But a lot of people don't open their blinds. They don't open their curtains. They don't want people seeing in. They like the privacy. And a lot of homes are very dark inside. So just opening up the blinds, the curtains, letting cats have access to more sunlight and sunshine, and then even opening the windows in direct sunlight is wonderful. And then the third thing is grass. People don't realize that cats outside do eat grass, and they'll typically take a blade of grass and chew on it. And indoors, they have absolutely no access to it. Oftentimes, they'll try to eat their owner's plants, or if they get a bouquet of flowers, and many of these things are toxic to them. They're poisonous, but the cat will immediately go to it because they've been dying for their greens. And I say that literally some die for their greens, because they will get to a Easter lily that the owner has brought home or gotten as a gift. And so growing grass for cats indoors, I think, is extremely important to give them those greens that they're seeking. So those are three things to start out with that are just easy and basic.
All right, you guys in the audience, did you hear that? That's really very simple and easy, and I can't wait to implement that myself, because I have 7 cats here that I take care
Wow.
of. Yeah, I actually brought 6 of them in one room. They have the whole entire room for themselves. And I have a friend who recommended to open up the windows for them, put some tables where they can step into so they can see what's the outside world. And I actually have pots that the only things that I planted there are grass, that local grass that we have here. It's called paragis here in the Philippines, and they love it. They love the grass, and it's exclusively for them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I have I don't know if I can do this or not. A book that
Indoor cat. Mm.
Indoor Cat, and I co-wrote this with Laura Moss. It is available on Amazon for pre-order right now. It will ship on April 5th. But this is a comprehensive book that gives you all types of practical tips and tricks and ways in which to enrich an indoor cat's life. And there's just everything and anything you could imagine that will help indoor cats live better lives with the book. So just thought I'd point that out to you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for that. I actually saw that, and I'm waiting for it to be released. And yeah, and you have a company, Dezi Roo, and I'd like to talk about cat toys. So,
Mhm.
how do you think cat toys can improve the lives of cats and their pet owners?
Well, to begin with, they are athletic creatures.
Right.
I mean, cats are born athletes. They climb, they run, they jump, they hunt, they chase. They're just mean hunting machines. And so indoor cats need exercise. They need lots of exercise. I mean, your typical cat that goes outdoors is going to, roam the neighborhood. They're going to hunt. They may climb on fences. They're always investigating. And indoor cats need the ability to be athletic. So wand toys, I mean, a day shouldn't go by that every cat isn't hunting. That's a natural instinct. They're born with it. They get their energy, their food. We have to release energy. And so playing with your cat at least 3 times a day is necessary. I think of them as being little, 3 to 7-year-old kids. And imagine a 3-year-old child that doesn't have toys, doesn't have a playmate, doesn't have anything. And
Yeah,
that's your
exactly.
typical indoor cat. So owners really need to play with their kitties often. I keep a total different array of wand toys in my closet. And so every morning when I get dressed and I walk in there, I see the wand toys come out. The cats are already ready because they know the routine. But we play and they run around chasing the wand toys. Then I get dressed. Same thing happens at the end of the day when I come home and I go to undress. The wand toys are in the closet there. Time to do this. And so we play again with the wand toys. It's a good idea to get cats chasing and hunting before you feed them, because that would be more like a natural cat. They hunt for their food and they run and then catch it and then they eat. And so it's important to give indoor cats exercise and the ability to, run around, chase, jump, climb, investigate. And it's important to bring something new in every single day. Again, we don't want the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, day after day after day after day. And so rotating toys is important. An outdoor cat doesn't just hunt mice.
Right.
They like bugs, they like birds, they go for
Yeah.
snakes, they, dumpster dive. And so indoor cats need that novel ability to have new things.
Right. I guess variety is really the spice of life.
Absolutely. That's one of our taglines.
Oh, wow. Oh, glad to hear that. And actually, yeah, I've been playing with my cats as much as I could. And yeah, I have to really be physically with them, playing with them in person. And one of the things that I admire about them is that when they try to catch the toys, they really give their 100% to catch that. And yeah, it's like every muscle in there, they use every muscle in their body just to be able to catch the toy, whatever your toy that I'm using. And Which really makes me think, because that's really what I really want to emulate and learn from them. Yeah, giving 100% with that level of gusto and that level of enthusiasm as well. It's very
Right.
admirable. Yeah, so much
It
to learn
also
from them.
stimulates their mind because they're
Yeah,
thinking, calculating. They have to know how far that prey is, and when to pounce, and how to be sneaky, and so the mental activity that goes into that is stimulating as well.
all right. And can you share with us some of the cat toys that you have created?
Yes, I don't have any with me right here, but we have a wand that's called a wiggly wand, and we have 10 different wand attachments. So at the end of the wand is a little clip, and you just take off one and put on the other. So again, I believe in a different prey every day. So just like a cat outside would catch all different preys, it's helpful to have every wand toy that's on the market, and I do. Like, our toys are wonderful, but I still, there's other toys that are good as well, and cats should have one of everything. So anything at the end, and cats, they're like we are. They have different preferences. So Dezi likes little things on the end. He doesn't like bigger toys. He likes to go after small prey. Whereas my other cat, Ruru's real into the feathers. And so she likes to jump. She likes to catch birds. So when I play with the wand toy, I play differently with Ruru. It's more in the air, it's more wands, it's more getting her to flip and jump. She likes to go high, so I put, I throw it up high. Whereas Dezi's more of a ground kind of guy, and he likes little things that sort of slither and move. So we play differently with that. So wand toys are wonderful for getting them to run and jump. Then there's scent enrichment. So, again, if the cat's outside, most everything is done by smell, and they like to smell things. So you can even just enrich cats by taking your, when you bring the mail in, all that garbage mail that you don't need, put it on the floor and let them sniff it. When you bring home groceries, let them sniff your groceries. You can give them catnip toys. We sell something called Silvervine, and it is the bomb. So I will frequently sprinkle some Silvervine on toys and hide them around the house so that the cats have to sniff them out and then get them and play with them. Boxes are great. Some other toys that we have are we have a hide and sneak tunnel, which is a paper tunnel. The cat loves paper. So you set a piece of paper down on the floor, a cat sits on it. This is a tunnel made from paper that crinkles, and it's a tunnel that can hide in it, live in it, play in it, sleep in it. And that is one of our most popular toys. And then we have some wiggly ping pong balls that bounce and roll and have the squiggly tail on them. Your listeners are welcome to come to our website, which is Dezi Roo, DEZIROO.com, and they can find all of our toys there.
Wonderful. I'd like to try those out myself. And those are a lot of incredible cat toys that you can really use for toy rotation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. And when it comes to food, what are your, do you have any nutritional recommendations for cats?
So I believe that cats should eat anything and everything. Again, cats that are outside eat mice and squirrels and rats. They eat what they catch. And I don't believe in feeding one food only, or one brand only. So I believe in feeding as much of anything and everything as you can, different brands, different flavors, different textures. Canned food is certainly better for cats than dry food. It has more moisture. It's much lower in calorie. Dry food is very high in calorie. So to me, the best diet for a cat is multiple meals of canned food. I do like for cats to have a little bit of dry food because they enjoy the crunchy, they like the taste, and realistically, they need to eat between 5 and 10 times a day. And then most people aren't really home enough to feed them canned food 5 to 10 times a day. So leaving dry out for them to snack on in between is just fine, as long as that's not the majority of their food.
Right.
But I think variety, rotation, we want a full palette. We want to start kittens out with every texture and every taste and every flavor and every brand. You know, I think of it like McDonald's. If you ate at a fast food restaurant every meal, every day for months, you would not be nutritionally complete. You would probably get sick. If you have it once or twice a week, it's okay.
Right.
So when you're rotating brands, it's okay if it's a less, what you think is less than great quality. You should be rotating so that, you know, once a week they get a McDonald's or a
Yeah.
fast food. Most of the time they're getting their veggies and their good things, but I like lots of rotation, lots of different food companies. You don't want to rely on one company to know everything for your cat. Like, you know, they may be a little bit nutritionally deficient in one item. And if that's what you're feeding your cat always, your cat's going to suffer. But if you give them a variety of everything, they'll be nutritionally complete.
All right. That's great to know. And the variety is really the way to go. And yeah, and getting the best out of everything that we can, what we have. And yeah, that's great to know. And to our audience, I hope that you're gonna benefit from that. And Dr. Lynn, from your perspective, how do you think can cat owners be the key to their cat's happiness?
You know, we talked about thinking like a cat. And
Yes.
again, it's for people who read the book, they'll get it. It's important to really see life from our cat's perspective.
Mhm.
You know, most people want pets to pet them, to sit on their lap, to give them a little bit of companionship.
Mhm.
They're really not thinking in terms of what does the cat want and what does the cat need. You know, we tend to think about what we want and what we need. Not all cats are lap cats. And if they're
Yeah.
not, we have to accept that, and it's okay, and not force a cat to sit on our lap or to be with us. Things like that. So looking at life from the cat's perspective, and having some real thoughts and empathy for the fact of if they're living in four walls, how much extra has to be done to enrich their life. That giving them food and shelter and water and love is not enough. They really need more than that.
That's I love that, and I really want to implement that myself and practice it. And yeah, I love it. Yeah, think like a cat. It's really very important because we're really here as cat owners. We're really here for them, and not all cats are the same, and they have different behaviors, and they prefer different things. And yeah, each cat is actually very, very unique. And having 7 cats with me, I've I've noticed that, and I adjust to them. Yeah, they have different needs and they and wants. So yeah, for every cat, I also adjust. And yeah.
It's also helpful for owners to understand that our cats have no choice in anything, and that
Fine.
that is something that you can implement immediately, is to give your cat some choices. when it comes to everything in their life, we choose it. We choose what they eat, when they eat, where they eat, what they eat out of,
Yeah.
where they urinate, what litter we use, where we put the litter box. Like, they lack choices in basic aspects of their life. And so if we start thinking about that more, we'll understand that it's beneficial to start looking for ways to give your cat the ability to choose,
Right.
which, a lot of people don't do.
Yeah. And I think as pet parents, we can really get the greatest satisfaction by giving them the best that we can.
Mhm.
Yeah. Happy cats, happy owners, so to
Oh,
speak. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts? And is there anything that you'd like to leave our audience that you think is important?
um,
Okay.
just a lot of the things that we talked about, to really sort of step back, and if an owner is going to confine their cat in four walls, that they really need to think beyond that and really put themselves back in the situation of how they felt during the pandemic, when they couldn't go out, they couldn't do anything, and how that felt to be so isolated and to have your choices limited in your living situation. And I think that shift, that mind shift, is all that's necessary. Once an owner, pet parent, realizes that and steps back and starts looking at the real life that their cat is living, then they can implement the changes necessary.
Yeah, mindset is really everything. And I love the insight that you've given us. And for our viewers who would like to know more about what you do and where they can find you, do you have a free offer in mind or where they can find about your company?
If they go to the website at DeziRoo.com, we have, they can sign up for our newsletters, and we send out 2 blogs a month with enrichment tips. And we have a section at the top that's tips and tricks, and they can go there and start reading through all of these that really take each of the subjects separately and sort of go a little bit deeper into it. And I'm all about education, and Dezi Roo, while we make cat toys, the real goal is to educate pet parents and give them the tools that they need. So there's chock full of that on there. There's also a contact info at DeziRoo.com, where pet parents can email in, and we will help them out and answer any of their questions.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna put the links to your website in our page, and yeah, I think that's a wrap. And thank you so much, Dr. Lynn. We had a really
Yeah.
special and wonderful conversation. Thank you for your time, and thank you for what you do. It's really yeah, you
Thank
really,
you.
yeah, we're really here to make a difference in the lives of cats, and that just goes to show that we all can do something. And
Mhm.
so, everyone, I hope this show has provided meaning for you, and I wish you much love and a healthy and happy life with your fur babies. And yeah, bye for now, and see you around for updates and for future events. Thanks again, and Dr. Lynn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.